Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, 4D. Good evening, Viv.
Good evening, 4D. Good evening, Bronze.
It is Thursday, the 18th of December, 2025, Storm and Teacup, episode 45. And it's going to be a short one tonight, isn't it? Because somebody didn't turn up. Somebody fell asleep.
I was kidnapped. That's what happened.
Yeah, abducted by aliens, were you, Viv?
I was abducted by Morpheus, the god of sleep. So apologies, everyone. But I'm
ages of bitch we have no one control of, or no one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so we're only going to do an hour or so tonight, so it's going to be a short one. So you might actually find that a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Well, what I'd like.
Go on.
Oh, sorry. Continue, please, 4D. We haven't finished this. The intro, please.
All I was going to say is we're probably not going to be around. It's that sort of Christmas time, and people are doing different things, and we're not really going to be able to arrange ourselves around. We might find some time between now and New Year to put one up, but obviously we're not that important. It's not that great. I don't really have to say it, but we like doing the weekly thing, and we love that a few people do listen to us. So I just wanted to say you probably won't hear from us, but you probably don't really care to hear from us over Christmas anyway, and I don't mind.
Yeah, we might do one next week before Christmas, and we might do one around New Year, but don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
And so I'd like to wish everyone, all the listeners, all the interested parties, a very happy Christmas and a very prosperous New Year.
Yes.
Same. Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for listening to us. It's really cool to know that we can make someone's cleaning day better, or what else have I been told? Oh, someone does it while they play their computer game. So yeah, I'm glad our voices can. What a strange world. I mean, I know I'm not that old, but it is what a crazy world that we three can have a chat, and someone in Scotland can listen to us. It's crazy.
Yeah, or across the Atlantic, or anywhere really. Amazing.
Yeah, we've got people in America, and that's so cool. It's mad.
Yeah.
The modern world. Love it and hate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Has anybody got any hot topics I want to bring up that it's not going to take 2 hours to talk about?
No, damn, nothing. No. Everything I say takes a long time to say.
Just speak quicker. Try speaking more quickly.
Yeah.
Put it on double speed.
Well, actually, we were saying sort of. You were saying you were listening to Liz Truss's new podcast. So let's do a call out for anyone that didn't know that Liz Truss had a podcast out. And what were you saying about it? It was all right.
I found it. There was a particular thing I found quite interesting about it. She's only just started it now. Obviously, Liz Truss is, for anyone who doesn't know, the ex prime minister, short-lived prime minister. And she has been, in the last few months, been doing a few interviews and coming out with some very based stuff, really kind of talking really quite a lot of sense and the sort of stuff that we're very interested in hearing. She started a new podcast now. And what I found particularly interesting about it is she's talking about how in the UK we need a Trumpian style revolution, which is she's a fan of Trump and she wants to see the same sort of thing going on here. And that's kind of, okay. But what was really interesting was is how she's seems to be associated with this guy, John Solomon, who's an American journalist. He runs a Just the News website. And he was also mentioned in the Q drops as someone, as a, how you might say a trusted journalist for the whole, like maybe the Q thing, or even just the America First and the MAGA movement. So the fact that she's associated with him, I found really interesting, because I kind of think, well, maybe they're sort of now trying to establish a kind of a kicking off point here in the UK via her setting up her podcast. That was it. I thought it was quite interesting. She's only done a couple of episodes so far, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on that and see what she's saying. See where
Yeah,
that's
and
going.
as I say, she's kind of one of my sort of dream. Those football fans, they have those dream team sort of competitions. She's kind of one of my dream team members for me make believe cabinet, as it were. And I've always been interested in her. She's also sort of not fully, but she's sort of taken the side of Tommy Robinson, and she spoke sort of favourably, almost favourably about him. Yeah, she's of interest, and she didn't get really a chance to. The only thing they say about her is that she had the tragic chance budget, and that's what did her in with the bank. But clearly there was more to it than that, and she didn't get to show anything of who she was going to be.
Well, I think they got rid of her because they were really scared about what she was trying to do, which was actually fix things and make things better. And they said, no, we can't be letting you do that. And they got rid of her in short order.
What we need is managerial decline. We're bringing it all down. It's not much someone who's trying to make things better.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Can't have someone breaking up their system, can we?
No.
So yeah. See what happens with that.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I don't know much about her, to be honest. I just know that for some reason she wasn't liked. Is she still an MP?
No, she's not.
No,
right.
Yeah.
That gives her a bit more freedom. Then she can't be whipped or threatened with expulsion, etc., etc.
And I think she actually specifically made that point about doing her podcast. That she said, "I won't have a whip." Actually, so yeah.
Well, it's very interesting because she does have that experience of being an MP and being in some of these quite high positions in government under the whole the previous Tory government. She has a lot of kind of insider information, and the most recent one she did, she interviewed 3 people. She interviewed Alison Pearson, Graham Linehan, and Lucy Connolly, all about the whole cancel culture, because those 3 people have been fallen foul of all of this kind of hate crime nonsense. And she was interviewing all 3 of them, and she kind of, as she's talking to them, she chucks in all of this stuff. Oh, when I was working, in the government and doing this and doing that, and it's kind of like, oh, she's got a lot of inside knowledge and a lot of interesting stuff to kind of throw in there. And something quite telling she said was when she was working, I can't remember what position she had in the Rishi Sunak government. But she actually said, when I was working in there, I just didn't realize just how bad things had gotten in the country. For someone who's kind of now seems to be very much aligning with the sort of things we want to see, for her to say when she was in government, she didn't realize how bad it was getting, really says it just shows how blinkered they all are, how much of a bubble they all are in, and how they probably none of them have a real clue of just how bad it is out here.
Yeah. Well, so, and she'll be a big wake up call for the kind of hardcore Tories that were sort of forgotten about and fade away, but still sort of liked the old values of the old Tory movement. She'll be able to wake them up to the corruption, because just because the likes of us are sort of maybe right of centre slightly, we think all people on the right kind of know the corruption. No, not at all. The hard staunch guys that have no idea what's going on. And I think that's it. She's kind of the opposite to Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson's for the working class, waking them up, and she's for the kind of Tories, middle class Tories.
Yeah, the political class, I guess.
The political class, yes, yeah.
So interesting.
Yep.
You can't just say.
Yeah,
it's falling asleep
sorry,
again.
Of course.
Did you just nod off again, Viv?
Yeah, I have. I'm still. I know. No, I haven't quite, but But yeah, and I do apologise for nodding off. It's been a mad day. I've been shouted at a lot, basically, as well. Well, because people want their money, don't they?
Of course.
They're shouting at me. Where's my money? Where's my money? It's Christmas. And I'll say, well, you know,
good job you don't work in a bank.
Sorry.
You probably get that every single customer if you work in a bank.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, as regards Liz Truss, we've got a lot of work to do. It's got so crazy, so bad here. I mean, Online Safety Act is coming into force now, gradually on Substack. Now, you can't use the chat function unless you use age verification. Now, Substack is hardly a platform for children. You know, it's long form writing. It's for writers.
The only kind of children that are going to be on there are quite grown up.
It's good if children do write on Substack, but I haven't encountered any child writers on Substack, which is a shame. But there we go.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's a ridiculous thing. You know, age verification on Substack really is.
But it's going to expand, and it's going to. This is simply a testing ground. Think of the children. Who? Oh my goodness, who's going to think of the children? But it's not for the children. If it was for the children, there'd be now an inquiry into grooming gang.
Yep.
There would be an inquiry into care home scandals. There would be questions about why are children living in poverty in supposedly a first world country with one of the largest GDPs in the world. So it's nonsense. They don't give a damn about the children. They want to expand this to all adults, to everybody, a part of their monitoring, their trace and track monitoring.
Well, you know, connected to that, a thing which is a recent thing which is connected to that whole the UK online harms bill is the fact that President Trump has now withheld this trade agreement because of that with the UK. He cited his concerns with the way these things are being carried out in the UK. So this trade deal worth billions of dollars or pounds, he has now basically said, no, I'm just going to hold off on that one for the time being because I'm not too sure about how, you know, if I like the way things are being handled in the UK. So,
yeah. I mean, we're talking earlier about dissenters being always labelled as far right, but this is pretty bloody Nazi, isn't it? This you know?
Yeah, it's just so ridiculous. So,
I mean,
when was the last terrorist atrocity committed by a far right person or group? Really, a proper far right person or group, not ones they just choose to label as far right.
Well, they're vanishingly small, isn't it? It's a vanishingly small demographic. If it even exists, I just don't know. I really don't know. It's a convenient label that's been made up, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's not great, and it shows the creeping authoritarianism that is now hanging like a shadow over this country.
I don't think it's hanging like a shadow. I think it's descended down upon us. It's covering us like a shroud.
Yeah, like a shroud, indeed. Well said.
Yeah.
It's all good at the moment. We got America attacking us financially. we've got to go to war with Russia. So that's militarily, and then we've got the separation of Europe. We're just absolutely fucked. Merry Christmas.
Well, yeah. I mean, sorry, Viv, go on.
No, I was going to say I wanted to talk about this thing about Russia's frozen assets.
They
want that. They desperately need it. They desperately need this. They need the money. You know.
Yeah. What does that tell you? Why do they need the money now all of a sudden? Because the money they were getting from other places is now not coming through.
Well, the other places being taxation. They can't. They don't have many options left. It's end of the road.
Yeah, well, USAID was shut down. I think that was a lot of it,
Yeah,
and it's just all the money laundering, that's going on. All of the money coming from the USA through all of these really weird kind of spending bills and NGOs. Trump seems to be turning the tap off on a lot of those, and so now they're scrabbling around a bit. It's like, oh, okay, we need to find money from somewhere now, somewhere else.
Yeah, but
and
again, as always, there's more to it. Are you aware that Abramovich has said basically that he's going to fight Britain in the Court of Human Rights, because apparently under the human rights laws that Starmer brought into effect, there's no way they're allowed to take his money. And so again, there's so much more to this.
There is. I
yeah,
mean, I heard from someone else talking about this because Abramovich, we used to be. He's the Russian guy. Used to own Chelsea Football Club, and basically when Russia invaded Ukraine, he was told to get the f out, and
Mm.
they seized all his money. But apparently, he said he wanted his money to go to the places where they are now saying they want the money to go. He was never against that, but it was all frozen, and it's been frozen since the beginning of the whole conflict, the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And now all of a sudden they're saying, give us some money, give us some money. And apparently he was never against it in the first place. But I could be wrong. I don't know. If he's now going to taking the whole thing to court, like you say, there could be a whole lot more to this than we understand. But
yeah,
it's
Well,
interesting.
yeah, even just in the point that Starmer will be facing a lawsuit against the laws that he brought in himself. It's going to be very hard for him to defend those laws. And when you talk about a death by 1,000 cuts, what better way to get a lawyer than in court with his own fucking laws? I mean, talk about
Yeah.
kick you up the arse and tell you to lick your boot clean. It's brilliant.
Well, I mean, one thing I am quite concerned about is the media in this country have really been ramping up the whole narrative of war with Russia. Now it's really picking up, and I kind of think obviously that we kind of think that's really what they want, because that's going to cover their tracks and it's going to save them. But it probably won't happen organically. But what I am concerned about is that they will maybe launch a false flag attack on the people of this country and blame it on Russia as a reason for that to start. That's worst case scenario
yeah.
in my mind.
Exactly. Don't believe what they say. Don't believe, when these events occur. Don't believe that they're spontaneous. It's managed spontaneity.
Russia will never attack this country. That's just, of course, he won't do that. Why would he do that? That's just stupid.
No, but they need to give a
the,
reason to. They need to give a reason to boost our military. As I say, back in my heyday, we were 300,000 strong as a British force. I think now we're something like 60,000. So my issue with this at the moment is, can you imagine the problem on the streets if he tries to force conscription? No one likes that would be real civil uprising.
Well, nobody would go for it if they force it. Yeah, no. That would just be a complete non-starter.
There's some really embarrassing polls come out, and whether you believe polls or not is another matter. But we're looking at young people, and they will not go for this. They will not go for this, especially when you've got there've been new lately. There have been this thing about stopping misogyny in young men. Do you think young men who've been abused, not physically, but just for being young men, for being toxic, are they going to think, oh yeah, I'm going to join this lot. I'm going to go and fight in some muddy field somewhere that I can't even pinpoint on a map? For what?
Young people just don't have that frame of mind these days, and they certainly. I mean, this government is so unpopular. Even if this government was popular, there'd probably be a very large amount of people who would be against it. But they're not popular. Who's going to go and fight and possibly die for this government? Nah, get out of here. No way.
Especially against Russia. I mean, we're told conflicting messages with Russia as well. They're losing in Ukraine. They're losing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Oh, they want to take over Europe. Look, they want to take over Europe. Well, what is it then? What is it?
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
can't even get the narrative straight.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. It's just a mess.
No, they want the money. They want these billions and billions of frozen assets.
Yeah.
They badly need it because they're running out of money. They can print it. They can print it. They can tax people. But come on, then, raise the taxes. Come on, then. You're destroying farmers. You're destroying people's way of life. It's moved up into the middle class now. Just bring it on. Bring it on. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and the more money they print, the more worthless it becomes as well.
Yep.
The more the less value it has. So yeah. Should we move on quickly?
Better than slowly. Yep.
So
yeah. I don't know if you wanna. You mentioned last week about these silver monoliths which have been popping up. Viv, do you want to quickly have a chat about those?
I haven't got any straight answer. Nobody knows. I put something out on Substack. Nobody knows what they are, what they're doing. It looks like art students to me messing around, but there you go. They're everywhere. They're all over the world. Not everywhere, but
well, I think that's what it is. You posted up an article from the BBC, which I read, and it was linked to a few other articles about these other ones which have popped up. And it seems like a couple first appeared in the USA. One was in Utah and one was in California, and they were both claimed by this artist collective. And they said, yeah, that was us. That was us just putting stuff up in remote locations as a kind of an art thing. And I think then there was one in Wales and one in the Isle of Wight in the UK, and then one in Romania. And I think they were kind of just sort of like copycat art things, really. One of them was on land owned by the National Trust, and when they discovered it, they went to have a look at it to consider whether to take it down or not, and they decided against it because they decided it wasn't really a threat to public safety or public health, and it wasn't causing any problems. And a spokesperson said, yeah, we decided not to, and it was built on a sturdy wooden plinth, so we thought it was all right. If it was put on a wooden plinth, that was just somebody who went in there and did it. Who went in there, there's nothing mysterious about it, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I think it is just an artist's endeavor, artists, just doing their thing, trying to be edgy and mysterious or whatever.
So I think so. Reminds me a bit of crop circles, which are still mysterious, but it was possible. There's two boys who used to make crop circles, and this thing spreads. But there is still a mystery with crop circles that we haven't
I think
got.
I think there is a real mystery with crop circles. I think that is much more mysterious for me.
Exactly.
Definitely.
I was thinking of those at the same time, so we were all on the same wavelength. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
I still don't really know what I think about those. I've heard the stories of the farmers that did that themselves, and I've seen how they did it, but I've also seen all the sort of other stuff, and I don't really know what to make of it. I don't even know if I lean one way or the other. I really don't on that one.
Just the sheer size and precision of them is something which astounds me.
Yes.
And the designs of them, they're all so precise and just so and they pop up very quickly. They pop up overnight, don't they? So yeah, I'm not sure whether they are actually man-made or there's something else to that. Personally,
well, I think some of them are man-made. It shows those two blokes, and they're old geezers, and they're half cut, and they've come from the pub, and they thought, that'll be a laugh, boy. And they've shown how it can be done, but they can't. This cannot be. Surely, local pranksters. There's too many of them. They're all over the world, but they're very prevalent in the UK, in the south of the UK at harvest time. So make of it what you will.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm my belief. Well, yeah, I'm more of a different. I don't. Neither the aliens nor the Fred and George doing it in the garden. I got a funny feeling it's more to do with that it is humans that are doing it, but it's technology that we're not aware of yet. Because for instance, sound waves or waves of well, you can move stuff with waves, and the way the corn, they always say that it kind of all falls down in the same angle, and that's why they sort of say about aliens and that. And I've often thought, again, if there's a technology that we're not aware of yet, and they can force sound waves, you wouldn't hear them with your naked ear. It's more of a movement of air, vibration, as Tesla said, everything was vibration. But you could do that with if we had that sort of technology, and we don't think we have that technology. And I kind of think it's something that the military are playing around with to mess around with our heads. And that's coming from someone who does believe in aliens. But I do think the crop cycles were possibly man-made to fuck around with us, but I don't think it was just farmers doing it. I think it's more to it than that even.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
I don't know if you want to quickly talk about Bondi Beach. Do you want to give that one a quick run through? What we think about that?
That bloke. A bit of the footage looks like these attackers were military. It looks a bit odd to me.
They were there's footage of the guy firing the rifle, and some military guys are commenting on it, and they were saying they definitely had firearms training, but they weren't combat trained. And you can tell because when he's firing the rifle, he's got the strap hanging down underneath, and if he was combat trained, he would have that wrapped up in his arm first of all. And also, it's a bolt action rifle, and after every shot, he has to kind of run, do the bolt action thing to load the next round. And every time he does that, he lifts his head up from the sights. So he fires a shot and he's looking down the sights, and when he goes to load the next round, he lifts his head up a bit as he does that, and then puts it back down. And they're saying if you're combat trained, you don't do that. You keep your head. You keep your head down and looking through the sights all the time. You don't move your head.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously trained in firearms, but not necessarily militarily or combat training.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty horrific. No doubt. People died. But it's these incidents. Nowadays, it's like you get the media story. Okay, do we believe the media story? No, not all of it for sure. So if you don't believe all of what the media is telling you, then you got to say there's something else to it. So then you go into the realm of conspiracies. Do you believe conspiracies? And if you say no, then it's like, so you believe the official narrative completely. So you've got to have one foot in the conspiracy. Not going to believe the official legacy media narrative. And of course, there are the the conspiracy theories are come out straight away, and there are links to Israel. Those kind of conspiracy theories coming out again, that it was actually a false flag initiated by Israel. And the logic behind that is that Netanyahu has talked about a greater Israel, expanding Israel, and there is some kind of thing in Israeli or Jewish religious tradition, or I don't know if it's in the Old Testament or if it's in one of the other of their holy books, where they talk about the Jews all returning to Israel. And if you look at how Jews are being attacked all across the Western world, I'm sure that's kind of what a lot of Jews in who feel under attack are now thinking of that, if they can. So that's the logic behind that conspiracy theory. Anyway, I'm not saying I believe it. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying it's something that we can't discount.
No, and there's probably another 10 false flags that are just as warranted as that one. That's also the problem. You can never, when you go down the world of not believing what the media tell you, it's a dark and dingy hole, because there's all sorts of places you can go with it. But no, I don't believe the narrative. I've never believed the narrative. Actually, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So
the point of it I wanted to point out, just because it doesn't get pointed out that much, is and I don't know what I'm trying to say here, other than there was the pictures of, number one, it took 20 minutes for the police officers to respond, and apparently it's kind of a 5 minute walk up the beach is where the nearest police station was, sort of thing. But it took them 20 minutes to respond. When they did respond, some of the pictures I've seen are of female police officers either running for cover or hiding. Now, that is a natural, if someone's shooting, it's natural to hide, but that's not what I want from my police officers.
No.
And it's again where everyone's going to call me a male chauvinist and I'm sexist and everything, and I don't really care anymore. But what I want is more on men like me that run into trouble to save other people's lives. Those brutish men that no one likes, that's the ones I want doing that job. No offense to men, women, or any of you.
Well,
I don't want little women, sorry mate, but I don't want little women that are hiding behind a car because there's a dangerous man. The point of you being a police officer is you go for that dangerous man. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that is their job in that situation, first of all. But I don't think it was just women, to be fair. I think it was just all of them. They stood off for like five minutes. Apparently, not just women. I think it was the men as well.
Well, 20 minutes they held off for, because it's only 20 minutes, even 5 minute walk down the road. You know?
Yeah. So, definite questions to be asked there. And of course, now, what's the result of this? Oh, stricter gun laws in Australia now. We need stricter. Of course.
Don't they have the strictest gun laws already?
I don't think so. But I mean, it's stricter gun laws is really not the answer, because if you had armed civilians, those guys would have been downed within a minute. You know, you would have had a civilian with a gun who just gone pop, and they would have been dealt with. You know, and it's always. I mean, if you look to the USA, here's some stats from the USA. All of the gun violence in the USA comes. The vast majority of it comes from Democrat-run areas or cities who have the strictest gun laws in the USA.
Yeah, I've seen those kinds of stats before. Actually,
there was somebody who was giving out stats on this, and they were saying that apparently the statistics for gun violence in the world, the USA as a country is ranked about third or something. But if you took away all of the gun violence which happens in the Democrat-run blue cities, then that ranking falls down to something like 104th in the world. You know, so it all happens in these cities with the strictest gun controls. You know, that's where the vast majority of the gun violence takes place. So that obviously is not the answer.
Well, again, the gun argument is like the car argument. It's not the gun that kills people, it's people. And I know people find this hard to understand, but the point of that saying is anything can be a weapon. Anything, a potato peeler. I think we've joked about potato peelers. So yeah, a potato peeler can be a weapon. But it's about understanding the arseholes in society. And even if we're in a perfect society, you're always going to have arseholes. You cannot take everything that could be a weapon away from good people, because when you do, the bad people have the upper hand. So once you take away guns from the general public, then only bad people get guns. Then all the general public are fucked. I've got to stop swearing.
Because, if you make it a law, right, that people can't have guns, hold on a minute, criminals don't obey the law, so they're going to get guns anyway.
Yeah.
You know? So you're just persecuting or endangering the law-abiding people who would normally have guns and be very responsible about gun ownership and gun use, and you're taking that defensive aspect away from them.
And we have to remember tellingly that the state always boasts that, not loudly, but they have the monopoly of violence. The state is the one with the monopoly of violence. So we can see that the police are armed in this country.
Yeah, they exercise that every day, and we're brainwashed into accepting it as they're here to protect us when they're not really, because they can turn on us anytime they want.
Because when the state turns against the people, which it has done, then what the hell? What recourse do we have?
Yeah, exactly. That's where America sort of win with their First and Second Amendments. It's a very powerful lesson to us all.
So somebody says they have the First Amendment, which is the right to free speech, and then they have the Second Amendment, which protects the First Amendment.
The First Amendment. Yeah.
That's the point of the Second
true.
Amendment. Yeah.
But
going
it's
back to Australia, because I need to be informed, because I thought guns and everything had already been banned in Australia. I thought their gun laws were very strict, and you said, "Oh no."
Well, I don't think. Well, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. They obviously, if they're thinking of tightening gun laws, then there's obviously some access to guns. I'm not sure how it compares to us. I mean, we're not, guns are not readily available to us in the UK, but you do need license. Like, you can have a gun, but you need a license. And I think only kind of people like farmers and people like that have guns these days, or if you belong to a gun club, which are few and far between. But Australia, I don't know. I'm presuming because they're talking about tightening gun laws, that they still have some tightening that they can do with regards to guns.
Yeah, I must look into that. Yeah.
But yes,
tragic. Absolutely tragic. Anyway,
it's
horrible.
Yeah. I mean, the bottom line is that people were killed, and for what? For what, really? Geopolitical? Who knows? For some religious reason? Who knows?
Obviously the perpetrators.
I really don't know myself.
Perpetrators were named as an Islamic father and son, fitting the bill for most of these things. But
that part gave me chills as well, because I think he was 50 and the son was 25, and I'm 50 and my son's 25, and it really sent a shiver down my spine to think of someone like me and someone the age of my going out there and causing such, like, losing reality on such a level that it just makes me go cold. It really did. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just innocent human beings getting slaughtered again.
And the PT, I think, am I right in saying that it's 20 people died? Am I right in giving that number?
I'm not sure if it's gone up. Last I heard, it was 18. I haven't really checked in on that story.
Around that number, then. But as someone who openly suffers with PTSD, I look at that aspect. I'm very, very sorry, and it's absolutely horrific for that 20 and the 20 families of those people. But also the amount of children and youngsters and old people, actually anyone that was on that beach that will relive that day for the rest of their lives. PTSD is something that stays with you forever, and something of that magnitude is so horrific that it will scar people forever. Again, that's another aspect they don't often talk about. They talk about the people that die, and rightly so, but it's the years of trauma after that as well.
Yeah.
Did you see there was one guy, the guy you might have seen a picture of with blood all on his head, over his head, managed to take a selfie of himself while he was lying on the ground covered in blood.
Oh, whoa.
He was actually he survived. Apparently a bullet grazed his head, but he just coincidentally, he was also a survivor of the October 7th attacks in Israel. And there was apparently another girl who was also there who survived. I'm not sure if she was if it was October 7th she survived, but she survived another incident of this kind. And the kind of whole idea of crisis actors sort of pops up again, adding to the whole conspiracy thing. Just making it all very confusing, trying to find the truth.
Yeah, it's like the train attack as well, which we've spoken about. What the hell? What on earth is going on? All the world's a stage. I wonder, though. I really wonder. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is usually a very, not going to give away where I am, but it's a very safe part of England. I'd say it's a very
you live up on a mountaintop
area. Yeah, and we've been I'm going to say plagued. Is plagued for our area. We've been plagued with stabbings, and it's something that you just don't hear of in this area. And in the last year, I personally, well, they are big cases, so I suppose everyone in this area has heard of them. But 3 or 4 in my immediate, within 4 or 5 minute walk from my immediate area, and that's not something that happens around here at all. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Don't know why that flashed into my head.
Yeah, well, it's relevant because again, it shows that if violence is to be done, you're not going to the root cause, i.e., you're banning the guns. You're banning, like I did. Everyone jokes about this, but I was age checked when I bought a potato peeler.
Well,
And
yeah,
has it stopped anything? No.
yeah, of course. I mean, it's like 4D said, it's not the guns that kill people, it's people that kill people. If you take away the guns, they're just going to find some other way of doing it, whether it be knives or, potato peelers, whatever.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to have a butterfly knife. And I'll be honest with you, I think I had a butterfly knife because it was cool to have one. I would never have used it, but and I got really good at doing the whole flick around the wrist and getting it out and flicking it back in. And in my day, that was probably the fidget tool of the day. And again, I'm not really that old, but I think of myself as 15 with a flick with a butterfly knife. Sorry, that's what it was called.
Yeah.
Not a single person in this country can own one of those now because we're all too dangerous. I never, even at that small age, I didn't think of it as an item to attack someone with. It was more of a cool man thing to have, I suppose. But anyway, yeah. Now you can't even have a potato peeler without being checked, and we've laughed and joked about it. But we are so held underwater. It's held down, whatever the saying is. It's ridiculous. It really is.
Every kid, when I was growing up, every kid had a pocket knife. They were encouraged. If you were in the Scouts, you you had a knife. You carried a knife.
Yeah, we all had. What were they called? The little Swiss Army.
Yeah. We all had that. Swiss Army knives. Everyone had one of those. I had one. Everyone I knew had one. We all carried one around.
Yeah, pen knives. Pen knives, they used to call them, didn't they? I went on a day trip to France one day with my folks when I don't know how old I was, probably 11 or 12, and just wherever it was, Boulogne or somewhere like that on the north coast of France, and went into this shop and I had this flick knife in there, where you kind of you push the button on the handle and the knife and the blade flicks out.
Yeah.
And I just thought, wow, that's really cool. And I remember thinking that they were banned in this country. And I went to my dad, can I get it? And surprisingly enough, he went, yeah, okay. So I bought it and I brought it back. And it was really cool. I had this flick knife and I was like showing it to all my mates. Never used it for anything. It was just cool to kind of go, look, I got a flick knife.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. And we didn't go on stabbing sprees.
No. God, no.
No. And we're not just making up. You can look in the papers. It wasn't something England was known for. Yeah. I don't think it's sort of... I mean, I joined the army in '92. I suppose it must have been in the '90s, late '90s. It started to get, a bit rough around the edges.
Well, again, the government is obsessed with control. They hate the peoples. They really hate us and despise us. So they'll do anything they can to control us, and so that's part of the whole thing. The whole Dunblane thing removed guns from private hands, as you said earlier, unless they're in a gun club. And the Dunblane, by the way,
another great conspiracy theory. Do you know we've never done that one? Actually, there's one we've never done.
What's that?
Dunblane.
Oh, Dunblane. Yeah, that was that around the same time as Hungerford. Do you remember Hungerford as well?
I do, but I don't know if it's the same. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was rough. I think Hungerford was a bit earlier, perhaps. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, these were both two gun massacres. One of them.
There's a good teaser for the new year. We'll look into that in the new year. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, one of them was a fella rampaging around the small town of Hungerford. Another one was this bloke who goes into a school and starts shooting at kids. For goodness sakes.
Yeah. And that was what really I mean, I don't remember kind of us having guns before that, but Dunblane was the one that they really said, right, okay, now nobody can definitely have guns now.
Yeah.
Was that the one?
Yes, it was. Yeah, yeah. That's when all the and I think that's why the conspiracy theories are there, and rightly so, from what I can gather. But
Do you,
that's neither here nor there. But
do you remember? Do you remember that story about the farmer Tony Martin who shot those? There were a couple of gypsies who
Yeah,
kept robbing him, and he shot
yeah, yeah.
them, and
oh
he got
yeah,
done
Dude.
for it
yeah,
with
Yeah,
his shotgun,
yeah.
and he got done for it, and he was just basically protecting himself and his property. And it wasn't the first time they'd done it either. They were kind of serial offenders,
that's
and
right. Yeah,
he just had enough, and he just got out his shotgun and shot him. He got done for it. Yeah,
yeah.
Anyway,
Because
it was 1996.
Dunblane, right?
96.
Hmm.
Yeah, the old fella. He didn't he get life sentence?
Oh yeah, I think so.
So terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Crazy, absolutely. How a lawyer can even spin that there's even a possibility that you can be done for murder if someone breaks into your property. It's so absurd. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm not. I can't remember much about it. I think he shot them as they were running away, though. It's not like
That's
he
why he
shot
was in
them.
the back, and that's
Yeah,
that was kind of the defining point for him, is that he did it in the back. But again, you're old. It's a frightening experience. I don't care where you bloody shot them. They shouldn't be in your house in the first place. It's
exactly.
so
Yeah,
wrong, isn't it?
exactly. It should be a deterrent, but there you go.
Anyway, yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
Well,
right.
it's
Well,
it's getting to that time, gentlemen.
yeah.
Already.
Should we give Peter Sellers a miss as time's running a bit low? And also, last week we forgot to do Viv's bookshelf. I guess it's
I
probably
noticed that.
gonna have to wait a bit longer, Viv. So
Yeah,
you'll have
wait
lots
a
to
bit
tell us
longer.
about next time.
Yeah. I want to very quickly say that flu season's back, and they're really bigging it up, really bigging it up. Get your jab, get your jab, get your jab.
Yeah, they're saying it's the worst ever this season, this
Yeah,
year. It's the worst ever. Yeah, all right, okay, whatever.
yeah, I know.
On you go.
Yeah,
So
jog on.
make sure you're taking your vitamin D, your vitamin K, your vitamin C. I believe. Oh, D, I've missed out.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
just get yourself some. In fact, I'm going to up my vitamin dosage. Yeah, just do all that then.
yeah,
Yeah. That's all you need. That's all you need, people. Eat healthy, eat fresh. I've not had the flu. I've not had anything for years. You know, I
Yeah.
talk to people on the phones all the time, and they're, "Oh, I've got it, and we're terrible," and COVID's back as well. I'm thinking, well, yeah, I do sympathise. You've got something, haven't you? But I don't know.
Yeah, they do have something. I know, yeah. But yeah, it seems like this is going to be it every year now, isn't it? Oh, flu. Oh, flu's
Yeah.
terrible. It's the worst thing. But yeah, whatever.
Never happened before, eh? Never happened before.
No, didn't.
Yeah.
Or if it did, they certainly didn't make such a big deal out
Amazing.
of it.
Oh, they've made a big deal for years. We also had people coming around when the place I worked in London. Oh, do you want your flu shot? Funnily enough, I always said, no, I'm all right, actually. I'm all right.
Yeah.
I haven't had flu for years. I don't know how many years.
I don't think I've ever had flu. I've had colds before, common colds, but
Yeah.
I don't know how you differentiate.
times-
To be honest with you.
Oh, that's
Well, you're tripping out.
how you know
with
you've had a flu.
You trip out. You start seeing, you hallucinate.
Oh, really?
I was
Oh,
going to
yeah.
say I've had flu.
No, stop trying to
really
sell it to me, Viv. You're trying to sell it to me now, aren't you?
Yeah. You don't need to find some shady fellow selling tabs of acid. Just get the flu and you'll be tripping out. I did. I remember one time I had what I believed to be flu anyway, and the ceiling was wobbling and moving. I was looking up at it lying on my bed and thinking, whoa, what the hell? So I think, it's something heavy, whatever it is. It's not a cold, you're sniffling. It's not even man flu. It's something heavier. God knows what it is. I don't know anymore. I've come to the conclusion that they just make shit up.
Well, if that's what it is, then I don't think I've ever had it, because I've never been so ill that things like that have happened. I've been pretty ill. I've had food poisoning and bad colds and stuff like that, but nothing to that extent,
I remember shaking uncontrollably. It was, and I've always said I think I did have the flu. It was sweat was pouring off me. I was shaking uncontrollably, and every single piece of my body ached. And I've always thought it was so much worse than a cold. I think that was a flu. But anyway, yeah. And so you were tripping out.
Yeah, but people are just so tripping out. People are so freaked out by anything now. We do get these things, whatever they are. Again,
Yeah.
there's the whole theory that viruses don't exist, that it's environment. I don't honestly know. I'm not really schooled in that kind of thing. But yeah.
Mm.
But anyway, whatever it is, it's being used as capital to sell more pharmaceuticals by the drug pushers in the government and in the NHS.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you drop heavy metals on people with chemtrails, that makes them ill. Then you sell them the product to make them better again. Then you throw out more heavy metals, and so the cycle continues, I guess.
Well, yeah, and they put all loads of shit in our food as well. The quality of food is so bad now. I don't know if 5G plays into that. I'm really not sure about the whole 5G thing. Hear a lot of stories about that, but
and just stress, stress as well. It's under the radar a bit. How dangerous stress can be. I know this. I know how stress can make people ill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, we're in a time of year now that the hyper consumerism, hyper capitalism tells you have to spend as much money as you possibly can to have a really good Christmas. Bollocks, I say.
I'm not sure that's really working.
You don't.
Yeah, I think
you need your family, you need your loved ones, you need just.
Yeah, spend time with family, people you like, people you love, and just enjoy people's company. That's what we should go back to. And more of a harvest festival idea. It's the end of the year, waiting for the new year to come in. And still, we need to get back to Christianity and all that sort of stuff as well. But yeah, this consumerism, even I thought this year I've fell into it, and I don't want to say too much because I know my nephew listens, but I've never had to buy presents for my niece and nephew before, and so that's been added into my equation this year. But so even I fell into it, consumerism, and it can be done from a place of love, but no, we do need to scrap it all. It's a silly idea, silly concept.
Yeah, I think the idea of gift giving is a good thing, but like you say, we don't need to be pressurized or stressed into just going completely overboard with it. That's the whole thing. It's perfectly fine to give gifts. There's not a problem with that at all. That's a really good thing, I think.
Not against gift giving at all. No, not at all. You can even give gifts which are really, really beautiful, that you just turn up and you say to someone, a loved one, an elderly person, hi, this is my Christmas gift. I'm going to clean your house, sort it out, help you out, make dinner for you. That sort of thing. That isn't even going to cost you anything, but it means a lot more than something you've been told to buy. You've been told to max out your credit card because they want you in debt. They want you to be in debt so they can their financial masters can control you that way. You don't even have to do that.
I've just seen you in The Good Life. That was such a. It's a good life. Yeah.
All right. Tom, is it Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got no money for gifts. What we're going to do is we're going to come over and clean your house. But as a joke, but that is the right thing to do. You're right. It's just as loving and respectful, and
it's the whole point. It's where it comes from. It's not what you're giving, but where it comes from. If it comes from the right place, it comes from the heart, and it's it's just as worthwhile as anything else.
If some stranger on the telly tells you to do something, you have to think, well, hang on, why am I listening to a stranger on the telly of whom I know nothing?
Yeah, exactly.
So is that your gift to me this year is you're coming down to clean my flat.
Yeah,
You know,
I'll be
I book
around.
you
Yeah,
in for
yeah,
I book you in for the 28th.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
while you're at it, Viv, you could drop by mine on the way.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
Come round with a bucket full of soapy water.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Oh no, it's all right. I can provide that. I can provide the bucket and the soapy water.
All right. Well, that's reciprocal gift giving. There we go.
Yeah.
But you get my point, though. I hope. I
Yeah.
do hope. I feel really sad that people are phoning me at work and they're desperate to get their settlement, and I know why. Because they've maxed out their credit card. And now comes the time when they feel forced to buy presents. One day, not giving presents, that might be a shock for kids. Well, what?
Yeah.
I'm expecting presents. No. What I've done is I've booked you. We're going to go on a walk in the Peak District. What?
We're going over to Grandad's and you're going to clean his house. What?
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit extreme, but yeah. But
I think a lot.
just
I think
something
a lot.
else that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I always noticed my kids when they were little, they'd often play with the boxes that the presents came in. They'd go, "Oh wow, the presents," but then they'd be making things with the boxes. And I'm thinking, hang on, whoa! I actually could have saved a bit of money here, and it would be more creative. They build things with the boxes. So they go, all right.
Quite often, I got two nephews when they were really young, and they used to get all their presents at Christmas. They'd end up spending all their time playing with the shittiest, crappiest, cheapest one of them all, and that would be the one which had their attention. It's like, okay, you didn't have to waste all that money on expensive stuff.
Because we have to also think during and we have to think during this Christmas season that are you buying a present for the child or for yourself? Is it the sort of present that you'd want as a child, but would the child really want this? What do the kids really want? Do we ever ask them?
Well, it's funny, isn't it? I was just about to say it proves that the gift giving is as much about the giving as the receiving. Because when we do it for young, as you just said, when they're so small and they like the boxes, we didn't really need to buy them the stuff. So clearly it was because we were getting the joy out of the gift giving. So even that is a consumer problem that we like to show off. Oh, look what I've bought your child, sort of thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Give them the gift of your time and your presence. That's not easy to say as I'm a single dad. My children in another place. So I don't know.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, and it can be quite a tragic thought process, unfortunately. But that's life, unfortunately.
There's many other factors at play. You can't just there's never just one reason, and you can't blame yourself.
No, I tried to.
No.
I left it a bit late, and I thought on Christmas Day I'll do a bit of volunteering with homeless people. And then I looked around, and it's fully booked. Fully booked. What is this? Is this a coach trip to the seaside, or what do you mean fully booked? And they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, but and then several of these charities, so-called charities, are talking about, it's a great opportunity. I'm thinking, opportunity for what? What do you mean? What? It's not a job. Are you using it as a kind of put on your CV? Oh, I'm such a good person. Because in the Bible it says you do not perform acts of charity and then brag about it. You keep it to yourself.
Yeah, it's a perfectly good opportunity for you to virtue signal and feel better about yourself. Essentially, that's what they mean, isn't it?
Exactly, and it's tragic because you're not doing it for yourself. I certainly not, because I've seen some people in that it's breaking my heart, and they're not getting any help. There's a woman on the street, and I walk past her every day, and I think, what the hell can I do to help her? She's a young woman, and it was raining like hell today, and she's been kicked out of a homeless hospital, or it's an HMO, and she was in the door, and then I can clearly see she's trouble, because when she was in the HMO, she'd smash the window and she used to get in and out of the room that she was in. And I was thinking, what the hell? But now she's actually on the street. They blocked the window, they've blocked the door. Don't know if the whole thing that must be shut down, and she's still on the street. And I'm thinking, bless you, what is going on? Is anyone helping? What is going on? So I'm gonna talk on Sunday and see what we can do for her, because council is not doing anything. As I say, they hate us. So we have to do something, and I'm really worried about this person. I know she's a wild one, but
well, it's another one, isn't it? The homeless charities have gone up, but the amount of homeless have gone up, so it's not working. The homeless charities don't help them.
No, I mean, they're all just, I mean, you look at the CEOs of these charities and they're on like 6-figure sums. It's like, whoa, that's not much of a charity, is it? Where's all the money going?
It's a charity for the people who work there. Yeah, it's good for them.
I know. It's never give to any of the big charities. Not anymore.
No way. Especially things like the British Heart Foundation, which have said nothing about the harm that's coming from the safe and effective vaccines.
That's right. Yeah, an Oxfam who don't say anything about oxes.
Exactly. Well said. So let's save the oxes.
Yeah, the famine of the oxes. Well, why are you not doing anything about that?
No, it's much better to do it the way you're doing it, Viv, where you've got a local bunch of people that all have a good set of values about them, and someone like yourself goes to the group and says, here, there's a local girl, I've seen her a couple of nights, blah, 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 she's trouble, because you're in the area, and they decide how to help her, as opposed to some big-ass setup that doesn't actually see any of the individuals because they're too big now. Again, it needs to go back to these little ideas that you've already got, that stand in the park, and if we all had one, then we could all go up to our stand in the park members and say, oh yeah, there's a homeless person I've noticed down the road, and it would be much easier to sort it out that way.
Yeah, because you've seen the size of our group, you've seen the pictures, and there's a lot of us, and you're kind of sort of honorary members as well. So there's things we can do. I can fire them up. We can shame the council. Why is this woman on the street? Why? Tell me why. What are you doing about it? We can blockade the council even if we have to do this, if we have to do it. But we have to do something, because it's breaking my heart as I go by every day and see this person, just all her possessions. She looks about, I don't know, 30 maybe. And she's just on the street. She's on the street. What the hell? And it's raining like hell. And she's got all these just soggy blankets. I'm thinking, this isn't right, This isn't right.
Yeah, it's not. And I also want to point out, because I've had a brief experience at it myself, is always remember that the blokes get no help. It's normally the women that we feel sorry for, and that's a natural, normal thing. But give a thought to the blokes, because the blokes, they look rough, they've got a beard, they look dirty, and they don't normally get any help from people on the streets.
No, that's right. Exactly. I'm not even saying it's because it's a woman either. Although it does tug at your heartstrings, but
it does. It really does.
People have said, we've got women's this and women's that. Well, where are the NGOs? Where are the helpers for this? Where are the Christians? Where are they?
Yeah.
No.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah. Happy Christmas, you heathens. Well, but on that note,
maybe it's time to wind it up. Or wind it down, should I say?
Wind it down, yeah. No, we've already wound people up. Now we've got to wind them down.
Yeah. I know.
What do you call a shark that delivers toys at Christmas?
Go on.
Santa Jaws.
Dad joke, supremo.
Yeah. What do you get when you drop a piano down a mine shaft?
Oh, I know this one. Go on.
A flat minor.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
Oh, God. Don't know.
Supplies.
Very good, very good.
What do you call an obnoxious reindeer?
Don't know.
A rude oaf.
Mm.
I freaked out my postman today when I came to the door completely naked. I'm not sure what shocked him more, my naked body or the fact that I knew where he lived.
What
I was going to tell a
do you
joke
get if
about.
you eat Christmas? Oh, God, no, go on.
No, go on, Footy. Go on, you go.
What do you get if you eat Christmas decorations?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought that was obvious. Tinselitis.
Oh no.
Oi! Oh, ouch!
Yeah. I went to buy a. Where is it now? Oh, I've lost it. Oh yeah, here we go. I went out to buy a Christmas tree. The guy selling it said to me, "Are you putting it up yourself?" I said, "No, I was thinking more of the living room."
Mm.
Oh, that's a rude one.
I don't know what you're talking about. You've got a dirty mind.
What's everyone's favourite breakfast in the North Pole? I don't know if you realise, but there's a bit of a Christmas theme with my jokes.
That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's everyone's
breakfast?
favourite breakfast at the North Pole?
I don't know.
Mistle toast.
Ah,
Hey! Oh,
Ah.
the dad jokes are coming thick and fast
These
now.
are proper dad ones. Yeah, I'm afraid.
What do you call karate for people with one arm?
Karate. One karate. No, I don't know.
Partial
Right.
arts. Partial arts.
Ah,
Martial
very
arts.
good. Very good.
Yeah, very good.
I was going to tell a joke about asteroids, but I didn't think it'd meet your expectations.
No, and it didn't.
Oh, 40.
What?
What do elves learn in school?
Don't know.
No.
The alphabet.
Oh, cool.
No.
Oh, right.
You were going to say it. Someone's going to say it. I know.
What is
Give
the
it
little
your-
snowman's favourite day at kindergarten?
Go on.
Snow and tell.
Oh.
Right, that's it for me. That's me done.
All right, one more from me. What did the Japanese man say to the Japanese woman?
Don't know.
Nor do I. I don't speak Japanese.
Ah. Whoa.
Very good. Very
Okay.
good.
Okay. Ah, what do you
Is
call
that it?
Frosty the Snowman on a sunny day?
Melted.
A puddle.
Ah,
Yeah.
of course.
Mm. Oh, well.
Why was a snowman rummaging through a sack of carrots?
Ah, go on then.
He
He
was
wanted a
picking his-
nose job?
He was picking his nose.
He's picking his nose. Yes.
Oh, picking
yes,
his
of
nose.
course.
Yeah.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas. Yeah.
Merry Christmas. I wish could be Christmas every day. Well, maybe not, but there you go.
I don't.
No,
That would be a
I know.
nightmare.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Definite bar humbug to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a guy who ate a Christmas dinner every single day of the year.
I
Can you
know.
imagine? A turkey
fas-
Christmas dinner.
I was fascinated by him. He's called Mr. Christmas, and he ate every day, and he gave himself a present. And he was
I've seen that. Yeah.
he was clearly mental, but
Yeah.
it's harmless enough, I suppose. But
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
bless him.
Yeah. But what's he do on Christmas Day though? Christmas Day seems a bit meaningless when it comes around. If you're gonna do that,
exactly. Yeah. This is the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I did ponder that. I thought, well, you're making it meaningless. It's like someone who has a birthday every day. Well, it doesn't make anything special. If everyone has, what does it say in that film? Oh, the cartoon for kids, The Incredibles. It says, if everyone's special, no one's special.
Exactly.
And that's that deep, horrible one where you have to have pain to understand the love, and that's where I can't deal with it. It's horrible that way round.
I know. Yeah, I know. But it's up to him if he wants to do that. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, he's not harming anyone. Fair enough.
Nah.
He's probably have. Can't imagine that he's. I can't imagine that he has a wife or a girlfriend though.
Oh no. I mean, I can't imagine he either sits down under the tree on the day or whatever every day. Thinks, oh, a present. I wonder what it is.
Absolutely mental. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, so listen, we'll have to see if we can arrange or work out between us if we're going to do one next week. We'll just keep in touch about that, I guess, and decide closer to the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
If Viv doesn't fall asleep.
God. Oh dear. I know. Seriously, I've had people just really shouting it. Where's you down? It's emotional labour.
Yeah.
This you don't get paid extra.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
They're energy vampires. They're stealing your energy. That's what they're doing.
I know. I've had people crying and all sorts. And I'm not a social worker, but I've got several hats. Sometimes I think, oh, I'm beginning to divide calls into things like, oh, this is a social worker call. Oh, this is, do you know what I mean? This is a medical emergency call, and I have to give them medical tips.
Well, it's probably the best way to deal with it. Probably the you probably that's probably what you have to do to get through it. Good on you,
and
Viv,
I always
anyway.
wish people. Yeah, I always wish people happy Christmas. I said to one woman, and she was quite serious, and I said, I have one more thing to tell you before you go. She said, oh, what is it? I said, have a wonderful Christmas.
See, now I've always said that's the most chilling thing about you is that you talk so freely about being a hitman like that, and yet you say things like that to your customers. I mean, you're a chilling man. You really are. But he even says "Happy Christmas" to him.
That's what what they're teaching in assassin school these days.
Yeah, they do. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
He's a loan shark with a smile. That's all he is.
What can you do, though? Honestly, what can you do? What can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Anyway, guys, well, be in touch. And if we don't chat before next Thursday, have a good Christmas. Hopefully we will. Hopefully we can squeeze one in.
Yeah, I'll see how it goes. So.
All right.
Yeah, genuinely have a good one, guys, and we'll put some message on here what we're going to do, and I'll speak to you soon. And
All the best, peace and good work.
Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas to everyone. Have a good day. So are we going to do an intro for this shortened version tonight?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah.